Hey, everybody, welcome back to WB Mason Presents the Joe Girardi Show here on Yes. Later on, you get a chance to ask the questions. Throughout the week, you go to AskJoe@YesNetwork.com. You can go to Facebook. You can go to Twitter. First half, 7 games over 500, 6 games behind the Red Sox. Give it a grade.
Well, I think we did okay. You know, I think there's some frustration in the room because we were 12 games over at one time, and we weren't able to build on that. And we went through some tough times where we lost 5 or 6 in a row, and then we'd lose 3 in a row, and we'd win 4 in a row. But I think the guys gave a tremendous effort. I really do, and I think they played their hearts out. And we've had some guys that have went through some struggles offensively, and that has been our biggest struggle, and we need those guys to produce again.
Well, a lot of your offensive struggles, again, you can't really use this as an excuse, but let's be honest, it's an excuse. You've lost a first baseman, a third baseman, another third baseman, a center fielder twice, a first baseman again, and the captain, and a catcher. That's a lot of people to lose. So I know you said no one's going to feel sorry for the Yankees, but did you have to sit down with your team and go, listen, I know this hurts, but we got to play through it?
No. I mean, these guys came in and they wanted to prove themselves. Whether it was an older guy that people thought that maybe couldn't play anymore, or it was a younger guy trying to prove that he could play, and they knew it was an opportunity for them to prove themselves. And our guys just kind of grabbed it and ran with it.
All right, now there's a couple of bright spots as well. You don't finish 7 games over 500 without all those injuries and not have bright spots. One of them is Robinson Cano, all-star starter for the Yankees. And let's be honest, it's been a little bit of a challenge giving protection to him in the number 4 spot. For him to put up the numbers he did, that's not too bad.
It's pretty impressive. I mean, you look at pace, he's on pace to have over 100 RBIs. I mean, he's been extremely impressive, the great defense. And then you look up Tuesday in the All-Star game and he gets drilled in the thigh and you're going, oh my gosh, what, you know, that's par for the course. But I thought he had a great first half, hit over 300 the first half. And as you said, you know, he's had guys that have been more productive behind him in the past.
All right, now, Cashman said that he was actually ordering a pizza during the All-Star break when Cano got hit. Were you watching the game?
I was watching the game.
Did you lose your breath when he got hit?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh my goodness, look at this. You know, we've lost our first baseman, our shortstop, our third baseman, second baseman too now. But, you know, I remember a couple of years ago, Robbie got hit by, I think it was Beckett. And I didn't think he'd play the next day. And he got hit in a similar area, and he did. And Robbie's a lot tougher than people realize. I mean, he goes out there and plays every day. And he gets hit by pitches and hits balls off his feet and off his shin and finds a way to play every day. He's pretty tough.
When did you get word that he's okay?
Tuesday night. They said he was fine and he was going to be ready to go on Friday.
Another guy that deserves some kudos, Lyle Overbay. The Yankees got him with 3 days left in spring training. He had to prove something in 3 days. I think it took 2 days, and the Yankees said, okay, we'll take you. With 2 losses to Teixeira when he came back, and then you lost him again. You look at the numbers Overbay's put up for a guy who hasn't played a lot the last couple of years. He's done very well for you.
He's done a really good job. And if you take his at-bats away from, you know, against some of the lefties that he's faced, he's had to play every day because we really don't have another first baseman. I think he's had a very, very good first half. And just a great guy to have in the clubhouse. Everyone loves him, and I'm glad to see him doing well.
All right, now the first game of the second half, Andy Pettitte gave up 4 runs, pitched into the 7th inning, but ended up losing the game 4-2. His record's 7-7. Has he been 7-7?
I think at times he's deserved better. He got off to a great start, and then he got hurt, and you know, the stuff has been pretty good. I mean, I look at the game against Minnesota. We didn't play great defense behind him. I don't know if he ended up getting that win or we won that game, but I thought he pitched pretty good against the Red Sox, but we're just not scoring a lot of runs.
All right, Hiroki Kuroda, under 3 ERA. Some could make the case that maybe he could be in the All-Star game. He wasn't. I think he might be emerging as your number 1 with CC not having the best first half.
He has pitched extremely well, and he's deserved a lot more wins as well because, I mean, he's had some tough losses, 2-0, 2-1, and has pitched extremely well, and is really consistent. And the thing I love about Hero is he may not have as good stuff the first couple innings, and he'll find a way to get into the 7th inning. And to me, that's the sign of a very wise pitcher.
Now, a guy who got sent down. Some young guys get sent down and they start to pout and they really don't make it back. But Ivan Nova got sent down. Something clicked in because since he's come back, Joe, he's been a very good starter for you.
He really has. He seemed to find his fastball and what he needed to do those couple times in relief. And, you know, I talk about it. It's that downhill plane. And when his fastball's flat and on the same plane, same eye level, the hitters see it really well. But when it has this, you see swings and misses. His curveball has been as good as I've seen it. And he's actually thrown some changeups that has helped him the second and third time through the line. He has been very, very good since he's come back.
You've won a Manager of the Year award with the Marlins. You've won a World Series with the Yankees in 2009. You are managing an injury-ravaged club and still within striking distance. Is this one of the best jobs you've ever done?
I don't know. I don't really look for credit. I think the credit has to go to the coaches and the players and what they've been able to do. And they go out there every day and find a way to get it done. So I'm doing my job, what I think my job is, and that's what's expected of me.
Has this team overachieved?
No, I don't think so. There's some really good players that have had good careers. And I know they're getting older. But this team has just kind of scratched and clawed and found ways to win.
All right, 43 years old, Mariano Rivera had a magical night at Citi Field on Tuesday, pitching the 8th inning of the All-Star Game, winning the MVP. We'll have a full report from Jack Curry. We'll hear from Joe Girardi what he thought of that night as well. That's all coming up as we continue on WB Mason Presents the Joe Girardi Show right here on Yes.